Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Minsk Pocket. Our heroes today are going to be once again StephennJF, playing for the Germans. And his opponent today is going to be Joystick, playing for the Soviets of the Red Army. So, I'm going to be seeing Stephen once again, and hopefully it'll be a little bit better for him this time around. Well, unless something changed. I mean, I believe last game we also saw Stephen, so yeah, that's what I'm saying again. So anyways, let's see what's going on in the game. So we see that Stephen built himself tier 1 and is getting Grenadiers, 2 Grenadiers to start off with, one already coming out, second one being built, and the initial Pios sending into the center fuel. And for Joystick, we have him not building any tech, going for conscripts. One conscript already on the field, heading to the center. Second one already out, heading over to the right-hand side, while the combat engineers are moving over to the left. Now, at the time of casting this, I don't know if anything is going to change, but, well, we still have not had any changes go down. The patch that hit earlier in the week, well, I mean, it hit, but the changes were obscured and nothing actually changed, so it was just work in the background, I guess you could say. And at the time of casting this, nothing has actually changed, so everything is pretty much the same as it was before, except for the fact that I can't use older replays, but whatever. So anyways, we have a potential engagement over here, Pios and conscripts. Conscripts going for the point, and then moving along to the munitions point. They run into the Pios, they start taking some shots. Pios moving back, trying to disengage, but they will probably end up losing that fight. Conscripts push forward, they're gonna get right on top of that point, and they deny the cap. The Pios are not in a lot of trouble, but with reinforcing Grenadiers, the conscripts are now in the losing end of that fight, so Joystick decides to retreat there, and the Pios only ended up losing one man, so nice engagement there for Stephen. Left-hand side, conscripts and combat engineers moving together, just capturing territory. And we see a sniper on the field for Stephen. Interesting choice. So going 2 Grenadiers into sniper, then into an MG42, so it feels kind of like the old Volvox sniper MG from Vico, but, well, this is from CoH2, so it's Grenadier, sniper MG. Also, we have the Joystick has selected his Doctrine, and that is the shock motor heavy tactics. Not a widely used Doctrine, but it's still, you know, well, I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I mean, shock troops obviously are pretty good regardless, but he doesn't get KV-8s or anything like that that usually come alongside shock troops or PPSHs on the conscripts, so we'll see. That ISU is quite deadly, though. We've seen him used pretty well, so we'll see. Anyways, sniper moving along in the center. We see a conscript squad actually moving behind the lines, going for the fuel point. The sniper will start shooting. It's a little bit of a risky maneuver, considering that he has actually sandwiched between that. Let's actually put a hotkey on that sniper. We like those hotkeys. There we go. MG42 comes out on the field, gets a suppression on the conscript squad. The conscript squad is trying to crawl out of range, but it's getting pinned down and shot at by the sniper. The sniper has already killed a couple of them, and he is going to take another shot at the combat engineers moving up. Conscripts retreating through the enemies, and they are down to 2 men. The sniper may take a shot, but it misses as they were running. Pios try to stop them. They can't. They're running too fast. They may get a kill. Ooh, nice sniper shot there. 1 man left on that squad, but I think it's going to make it out of there. Pios, unfortunately, are not the best combat troops. Right-hand side, conscripts are capturing territory once again. And, yeah. Okay, so Stephen in a dominant position because, well, Joystick is for some reason floating a lot of manpower. Already up to 1,000 manpower, he decides to go for tier 2, spending a little bit there, and I'm guessing he's gonna flood with support weapons, maxi machine guns and mortars perhaps. But yeah, I mean, he only has 2 conscript squads on the field. Not exactly sure why. He could have had more. Tier 1 would have also been a nice choice if he wanted to save manpower. You know, he could have gotten snipers and such, but, well, he does decide to go for the shock troops since he can afford it. Still at 600 manpower, so he should need to build something else, but we'll see. So anyway, Stephen for his part, just capturing territory, not doing much. No additional tech just yet, but he is retreating a Pio squad, so he may end up building something. And we see a mortar and an AT gun getting produced for joystick, so that's nice. That's very nice. We'll see how that works out. Sorry. Left-hand side, Grenadiers going for the decap on this strategic point to cut off the entire left-hand side of the map for joystick. They do manage to get the decap. Rifle nade goes off on the advancing shock troops, and they end up retreating. Do take a little bit of losses on the move, and the sniper is in the way. He also needs to get the hell out of there. He does cloak and moves through cover, jumping from cover to cover with its extended cloak, so the shock troops are not able to catch that sniper out in the open, and he is long gone from his path, so very nice. Right-hand side, Grenadiers getting engaged by conscripts and combat engineers. They do manage to get out of there. Mortar now on the field for joystick, and the MG42 is set up to stop that shock troop squad. The sniper actually pushes forward, but gets smoked in the face. And the MG42 can't actually see the shock troops anymore. Shock troops, at the meantime, are utilizing this time to decap that fuel point. And the mortar is being sent over to the strategic point in the north to try to reconnect the left-hand side of the map. Sniper still in the field. 4 kills up to the sniper. Gonna take a shot at those shock troops. There goes. Down goes one of the shock troops. Shock troops are just gonna sit there. They push forward. The MG42 is set up to defend. No, it's actually set up to cover the flank. So the sniper is the only one covering the forward approach. Sniper decloaks. Cloaks back into the cover of that brush. And another smoke grenade goes off by the shock troops, cutting off the line of sight. So very nice there for joystick. AT gun on the field, anticipating some type of vehicle play, and we do see the tier 2, has gone down for Steven. He also got himself a bunker, which will probably get upgraded there with a medical station, so that he can heal up his grenadiers. And the sniper and MG42 are just the only things really on the field, while on the right-hand side, conscripts are moving along, just decapping points. So joystick now finally has actually spent his resources. A little bit bad there that he floated early on, but I guess he didn't want to have more than 2 conscripts, but he could have had those, hell, at least the mortar out early on. He did go for 2 18 guns, which is, well, slightly questionable considering what is currently on the field, but, well, I guess he's rather prepared for anything that comes out, right? Also, we see that Steven has selected his doctrine, and that is the German Mechanized doctrine, which is very, very widely used. I believe it's one of those free doctrines that came out the last time around. But yeah, not a lot of people use it. I mean, well, a lot of players like their elite troops, right? Right-hand side, Panzer Grenadiers running to the conscripts that are just decapping all the territory, forcing them away. And more conscript squad and combat engineers are moving along the side, but there are a lot of German troops on this right-hand side. Pyos with minesweepers lead the charge. They take a nasty shot early on and lose one of their men. And the Panzer Grenadiers are going to lead the charge, backed up by Grenadiers. No, the Grenadiers decide to abandon them and move to the right-hand side. Panzer Grenadiers, they actually say to them, "Don't worry, guys, we got this. You go cap that point." And there they go. They force away the conscript squad, and the conscripts are no longer there. Sniper trying to retreat through the open. Going to get decloaked here, but he is actually kind of fine. Gonna take a shot at the combat engineers. Down goes one of the combat engineers, and we now have a scout car on the field for Steven. Sniper continues to open up on the infantry, down to 2 men on that combat engineer squad, and on the left-hand side we see a grenadier squad just going for the decaps. MG42 getting caught out of position from the shock troops, forced to retreat. And the scout car is now going onto the field. The shock troops are actually very vulnerable to the scout car, considering they don't have any anti-vehicle defenses themselves. No 18-8s or anything of that sort. However, the scout car will take a lot of damage to their small arms, so he can't really just go ham on it. Sniper is set up, however, to support. Takes a shot at one of the shock troops. One of the shock troops is down. The scout car pushes forward to the AT guns, takes a nasty shot, and down goes the scout car. So that is quite unfortunate for Steven. He does call himself in a Mechanized Grenadier group. Mechanized Grenadier group. Now this is actually different than the Mechanized Assault Doctrine, I think it's called. The one that gives you the Assault Grenadiers. That half-track, it is a 250 half-track, but it actually comes with a Panzer Grenadier squad. This one, I mean, the icon actually looks kind of weird because it's the same one as the other one, I think. but it gives you a Grenadier squad with an LMG upgrade already in it. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. We'll see what happens here. So he's going to send that towards the shock troops over on the left-hand side. That Grenadier opens up immediately and forces the retreat. AT guns are still on the field, so it needs to be a little bit careful there. And we see these Maxim machine gun pushing over on the left-hand side. This Grenadier squad jumps out, and the half-track is still just moving along to the side. A lot of emphasis on tier 2 for Joystick. He's getting himself another Maxim machine gun. So 2 Maxim machine guns, a mortar, and 2 AT guns. So, yeah, heavy engagement there. Grenadier squad runs into that AT gun. Does quite a bit of damage and is going to force it away. Panzer Grenadiers forced to retreat from the north. They ran into some conscripts and combat engineers, it looked like. And the sniper is still in the center. Oh, barely makes it out of there. Nice attempt there by Joystick. Uses an artillery barrage on where he thinks the sniper is. Sniper just moves out of the way, however, dodging the first shot, and is now going to be susceptible to the sniper. The half-track moves behind the lines. Gets a Grenadier squad on top of that AT gun. Sniper is also opening up on the AT gun, and the half-track is moving behind. Nice usage of that half-track there to ferry that squad behind the lines, although it works better with MGs, because the AT gun wouldn't really do much to the Grenadier squad, but it does help you to get them right on top of that squad very quickly. Maxim machine gun capping this munitions point on the left-hand side, catching that Grenadier squad with the LMG out in the open. They did manage to decrew one of the AT guns, and the second AT gun is barely managing to crawl out of the field back to the base at 3 men. And this AT gun is there for the taking. Now, yeah, I'm pretty sure this one can't really push. Grenadier squad popping back into the half-track. They start opening up on the Maxim machine gun as it pushes forward. The sniper is currently taking the point while cloaked. One of the benefits, I suppose, of playing CoH2 rather than BCO. Because you don't have to actually touch the point. MG42 getting flanked by the conscripts, forced to retreat. And the half-track is just moving along by itself along the territory. AT gun getting taken by Stephen, and he is retreating with his Grenadier squad while at the same time running away with that AT gun. Maxim machine guns push forward. This Maxim machine gun moves to the left-hand side, so it's not actually going to be able to stop this AT gun. And there we go. Conscripts going for the fuel point in the center. We see the retreating Grenadier making it out of there with the Panzer Grenadier coming up for support. And the sniper jumps into the half-track. And now we have a very tough mobile platform here. Sniper taking shots, missing because the troops are both retreating and the half-track is moving. Takes another shot and catches them. The half-track continues to pursue the conscripts. Can the sniper nail them on the retreat? Down goes another one. He's still pursuing. Sniper has incredible range here. Oh, there it goes. Very nice pickup there for Steven. Catches the entire squad on the retreat with the sniper. That is quite deadly. Shock troops getting shot at by the sniper. He actually misses that time. He prefers moving targets to be able to lead them. Panzer Grenadiers move in. Sniper takes a shot as the scout car retreats. Not scout car, half-track. As a half-track, that takes a lot more punishment than your standard scout cars. Down south, we have a stolen AT gun, duking it out against the Maxim machine gun. Throws a barrage, but doesn't manage to decrew it and is forced to retreat. Panzer Grenadier goes for the fuel point in the center. Right-hand side, Grenadiers and combat engineers engaging. And we see the sniper being carried around by the half-track, just moving along. And is actually got to get right on top of a conscript squad. Takes a shot. Down goes one of the conscripts. This squad is engaging against a Pio squad. The Pio squad just trying to hold them. The sniper in the scout car is out of range right now. It's actually going to just try to, continue to move. Grenadiers in the north forced to retreat. Combat engineers over here with their flamethrower. Actually winning that fight. And we see that Steven doesn't actually have a lot on the field right now. Troops moving back out, and we have a pack gun and stolen AT gun back at the base. Sniper moves up and is taking shots at the conscripts as they retreat. Can he actually get another kill? Those are 5 men on the retreat. Takes a shot. One of them goes down. Misses. And there goes the pursuit. Can he actually get it? Gonna break the line of sight. Sniper still in range. And takes a shot. Down goes one of the conscripts, killing the closest one. Still pursuing, still in range of all three. Down goes another. Wow, that is ridiculous. Sniper now veteran C2. Continues to pursue. Misses the last shot, and I don't think he's actually going to pursue for the rest of the way. There he goes. That is a very weird usage of the half-track, actually even going backwards. Sniper pops out of the half-track, taking some shots at the shock troops. The shock troops do, however, end up eliminating an entire squad, and that was a Grenadier squad. The sniper now caught a little bit out of position. Oh no, never mind. The Panzer Grenadiers actually got right inside that half-track, doing a lot of damage on that mobile platform. Sniper taking some shots pretty much close range to the shock troops, but the shock troops unable to get on top of the sniper because of the half-track right in the middle. And the sniper going to take a shot. Oh, down goes the shock troop. Very nice pickup there for Stephen. Wow, that is the best use I've seen so far of that half-track. And it is something that I had considered before, putting a sniper in there, but wow. Okay, Pack getting caught out in the open by some conscripts. The conscripts are now going to run into a Grenadier squad, and we still have both the Panzer Grenadiers and the Sniper. Panzer Grenadiers still in that half-track, Sniper still at full strength. Panzer Grenadiers going to open up on the conscripts as they retreat. The Sniper taking some shots as they run. Shoots one point blank. Going to shoot another one as they run. Down to 3 men. That's a lot of damage going down. Sniper shot misses as they try to run. One more shot will go off. Nope. Doesn't manage to shoot. Panzer Grenadiers trying to kill them as they run. Down to 1 man. They may actually get the win here. Get the kill, I mean. And... oh, he does. Steven ends up getting the kill on that. And is he actually going for the base? Nope. The Panzer Grenadiers pop out. And it looks like they might actually go for a flank here on this AT gun. The AT gun is now retreating. Mortar getting shots. Sniper taking some shots at the AT gun as well. And the Panzer Grenadiers now right on top of that AT gun. Going to decrew it very easily. They continue the pursuit. They actually have a lot of health for an AT gun, but they lose one of their men on the wheel. Or on the legs, I suppose. Down to 2 men. And Panzer Grenadiers retreat. So barely making it out of there with 2 men left on that squad. But wow. That's been impressive amounts of damage inflicted by Steven with his half-track. Maxim machine gun moving into the fuel point. And we still have no additional tech for joystick. He does not have enough to get a ISU, not anywhere near that. So he should consider building some type of tech. We'll see. Maxim machine gun, going to be able to decap that fuel. We see a pack gun moving forward. Sniper up top, just decapping or capturing points. We have a conscript squad getting annihilated there by the Grenadier squad with the LMG. Sniper moves up and takes a shot at that retreating sniper. Misses around the corner. Combat engineers are nearby, so he's not going to risk it. And the sniper is going to just run out of there. Could use some healing, though, so a retreat on that sniper would not go amiss there. Half-track, however, moving in for a pickup on that sniper. Sniper going to hop right in. And there we go. We have another mobile sniper. Takes a shot at something. I don't know what it was. Oh, he's actually executing the guys in the floor. I didn't know they did that. Wow. Maxim machine gun sets up to catch the approaching half-track, but the sniper's just taking some free shots as it moves. MG42 moves in to set up in range. Gets suppressed, however, by the Maxim machine gun. Sniper still in range, however. Going to continue to work on the Maxim machine gun itself. More shots going off. Down to 3 men. MG42 gets pinned, reducing or removing the effects of its MG42 essentially. But the sniper continues to open up on the Maxim machine gun. The Panzer Grenadiers close the distance, and the Maxim machine gun, it looks like it's barely going to make it out of there. Down to 2 men, second Maxim machine gun in range to defend, and manages to get the suppression on that Panzer Grenadier. Panzer Grenadier crawling out of the sight range behind this hedge. Maxim machine gun pushes forward. The sniper out in the open, gonna get decloaked. Takes a shot, and it's actually getting shot at by the crew of the Maxim machine gun. A little bit too risky there. Oh, is he gonna lose it? No, barely makes it out of there. That is very lucky there for Steven. A little bit of a mistake there. He could have very easily lost that sniper, and now he retreats to get some healing back on his sniper, so that's very good.
We are ready for action.
More units moving over to the left-hand side. Panzer Grenadiers going for the center. Victory point-wise, 389 for Steven, 324 for joystick, so anybody's game at this point. But Steven has inflicted quite a bit of damage with his sniper and that half-track. Half-track also getting some love there by the Pios, now fully reinforced. Sniper getting some healed by the medics. And Tier 4 is now down for Steven, so we'll see what he ends up getting from that. Panzerwerfer will probably be the best support one. A Broombar will also be very good against all these infantry-based units. And the Panther, I guess, would be kind of okay, but not really the best choice considering that there's no armor currently on the field. So AT guns forced to retreat. Panzer Grenadiers getting caught by the Maxim machine gun. Nade, bundle nade, getting tossed at the Maxim machine gun only kills the gunner, and the rest of the men were a little bit too far behind, so they just take up his position. Panzer Grenadiers forced to retreat, and our sniper friend is still back at base, only now running out onto the field and going to get right on top of that half-track. Grenadiers on the right-hand side running into the combat engineers. Conscripts pushing forward to reinforce, and they force away that Grenadier squad. Left-hand side, Grenadiers capping. And let's take a look at units. So we have Steven with 3 Grenadiers, 1 Panzer Grenadier, and a Sniper, plus an MG42 and 2 AT guns. One of them is actually not built. Oh, that's a Pack 43. I thought, oh, never mind. Since I saw the 0 there, I thought that was one of those glitches where your AT guns get decrewed, but it doesn't remove it from here. It just stays at 0. So Steven is actually building himself a Pack. No, not a Pack 43. That's a Left 18 artillery. Never mind. What am I thinking? Okay, yeah, the Doctrine doesn't actually have a Pack. So yeah, artillery gun. That's actually going to be quite nice. Is the range unlimited on this one all the way to the base? Barely. So he can't actually artillery into the base, but he can more appropriately use it in other circumstances here for barraging stuff. Turns the gun and is gonna open up on something on the way. These guys right here. Boom! Shot lands on the Maxim machine gun. Second shot flying and boom! Doesn't actually hit anything. More shots coming in. Oh, nice hit. Down to 2 men. Quite a bit of hits with that first artillery strike. And the Maxim machine gun is forced to retreat. Last shot actually landing very close to where they were, so a nice retreat there for Joystick. Maxim machine gun and Panzer Grenadiers duking it out over here on the southern point. Small engagement in the center. We have a mortar for Joystick. That is the standard mortar. Taking some shots at the Panzer Grenadiers. And way behind enemy lines, we have a Grenadier squad going for the victory point. Right-hand side, we have this Grenadier squad going, just capping around, running into some conscripts. The sniper is currently in the half-track, going to move up and engage. Well, it's actually chasing down that shock troop squad, but the shock troop is barely going to make it out of there. Sniper now taking some shots at the mortars in the center. Sniper now Veteran C3. Veteran C3 makes him amazing. So the sniper already shoots fast as it is. Now he shoots even faster. A stun round going off on that squad forces a retreat as well, and there they go. So that sniper is now amazing. Grenadiers and conscripts over on the right hand side duking it out. The Panther is actually what produced from tier 4 for Steven. Nothing really much on the field for the Panther to fight. There are 2 AT guns that it needs to worry about because while it can take some shots, it can't sit there forever. So, I mean, I'm not really quite thrilled about that choice. Like I said, a Broombar or Panzerwerfer would have been better in this situation, but obviously Steven doesn't know that, there's no tech just yet for Joystick. So yeah. Artillery gun just shooting into the base, trying to catch anything out. Ooh, nice shot, almost nails the approaching infantry. More shots flying in this direction. Oh, a nice shot at the approaching infantry. Gets about 3 kills there. And more shots just flying wild, landing all over the place. This shot might actually land right here. No, it actually falls short. Boom. That shot looks kind of on target. Almost. It's a little bit out of range and it doesn't actually get all the way to the base, it looks like. No, it actually hits tier 2 directly. That one's flying wild. And I don't think it's actually going to hit anything. There are some retreating infantry that could get hit. Oh, that actually almost nailed that conscript squad. Very nice. Panther being used to just harass and circle around those AT guns. Sniper still on the field, moving around the edges. MG42 set up in the center, catches that mortar out, and the sniper is as well taking some shots as it can. They retreat, however, right on time and dodge one of those sniper shots. Right-hand side, Grenadier Squad just capturing. And the half-track is now moving forward with its Panzer Grenadier Squad. Going to do a circle strafe on those AT guns. The sniper is in range of both AT guns, and the half-track is now moving out of range. And it just to cloak itself, and the Panzer Grenadiers just simply jump out and are working on both crews at the same time. The Panther moves up, taking some shots. The half-track taking a shot from one of those AT guns. Panther moves in to intercept it and take shots itself, absorbing some damage, keeping that half-track alive. And both AT guns are now decrewed for Joystick. So Joystick finally able to get his own tank, and that is the ISU. The ISU getting caught by the Panther out in the open. Going to be able to take a shot at the Panther. No, shoot. Oh, no, the Panther gets behind it. Yeah, that is going to be it for that ISU. There's... Well, he does actually aim. Come on. No. Shoot. Shoot her. Shoot her. Come on. What are you doing? Shoot, you big hunking piece of metal. No, there he goes. Gets a nice shot off on that Panther. Wow, Panther actually takes massive amounts of damage. He decides to go into the base. The ISU is now in hot pursuit. And the conscripts should actually run for... never mind. Well, I was going to say that the conscripts should, you know, run forward and get an 18-8 off on that Panther if they can. And be able to deal with that. And if he had done that, I think the game could have kept on going. But, well, Joystick decides to throw in the towel and just quits the game. So I do have to say, impressive use of this half-track. Unfortunate for the half-track, it doesn't actually get any veterancy because it has no way of killing anything. You don't get any... Well, I mean, it does actually take damage, so I don't know why it doesn't get any veterancy. That's weird. But oh well. Well, this unit was designed, you know, to not gain any veterancy in any way, shape, or form. But it did quite a bit, especially with that sniper. I mean, sniper killing the units on retreat, that is kind of ridiculous, but very impressive. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.